say it once. Quake Matthews, and I describe myself as a Halifax rapper who just does music for the passion, first and foremost, and that's about it.
What's it like growing up in Fairview?
Man, it's fun. Like, definitely got into some trouble and stuff like that, but it's really fun. And Fairview's like, the unity is so strong in Fairview. Like, even the school, the junior high, the team name is called Fairview Pride. So you know what I mean? Like, so it's even like there's so much pride if you grew up from Fairview. I don't know, we just got in the same type of trouble every other kid would get in. Like, up on top of Dumbrack there's these little bushes with berries, like they're like little berries on them. So we used to sit outside Dumbrack, throw them at cars and stuff, get chased all through the neighborhood.
What age did you start listening to and getting into rap?
I would say I was probably about 6 years old. 6 years old. My babysitter lives 2 doors down here. She used to look after me. When my parents went to work, there would be a little window before I went to school, so I'd just go over there. And she had 2 older sons, I think like 7 and 9 years older than me, and they had this amazing collection of hip-hop CDs. So, you know, I used to go in the room and listen to them, put them on. It'd be like stuff like KRS-One, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style would have just come out around that time, and just stuff like that. And they used to get me rapping and stuff, and like they kind of influenced me to start. So I'd say probably around 5, 6 years old. I love Snoop Dogg, love Dr. Dre, you know what I mean? Love Tupac, and like this little world is pretty much all I knew, the West Coast. And I wasn't a huge fan of like just say some of my favorite MCs today, like Jay-Z, Nas, because with the West Coast sometimes it's more appealing to the ear, has the funky bass line, it's bangs in the clubs, you know what I mean? Yeah. Dr. Dre has the mix going on perfect. Whereas, you know, Snoop will just ride the track with his flow. But then when I got older, I started like listening to artists who are really, really focused on in-depth messages and lyrics. For example, Nas, that's currently my favorite artist now. So I guess I started off listening to a lot of West Coast stuff, then it kind of switched over. When I got older and started getting more in tune with the lyrics, I started liking people on the East Coast like Nas, Jay-Z, and the list goes on.
How would you describe the hip-hop scene in Halifax right now?
Very diverse, you know what I mean? Very diverse. It's like there's so much talent and there's so many different sounding things. Like you have someone like Jay Main, you know what I mean? And then you'll have someone like KO with that, you know, a little bit of Caribbean flavor. Have someone like me or someone like Cam Smith who's a different flavor. There's people from all over the world and different walks of life here, and it's just, it makes for a really diverse music scene. So there's a lot of talent and it's super, super diverse.
Consider as an influence to your technical style, like how you spit?
Definitely, man, there's a lot of influences. Definitely Nas is a big one for my content. I would say I get the like imagery from him, like where I make it like a movie where if you close your eyes and listen to the song, you can picture every detail. Like, you know what I mean? He would give mad details, like 3 like lipstick marks on 3 empty Coronas, like size 12 Timberlands, G-string swinging from the ceiling fan. Like, you just picture that room, you picture that you being in there. Like, so I would say I got that imagery from him. And I would say some of the rhyme schemes, like as far as rhyme patterns, that's not just a straightforward came into the club, you know what I mean? Someone who taught me the technical, like different rhyme patterns, A, B, A, you know what I mean? All this stuff. Like, I would say Freeway, that's when I first started recognizing that, and Royce was one of them too. But there's a lot. I would say those ones influenced me the most off the bat.
Have you decided on a name for the new one?
Yeah, it's called Corrado.
And what's the story behind the name Corrado?
The story by the name Corrado got a couple things. Corrado means wise counselor. If you look it up, it's an Italian name. It means bold, wise counselor. And I feel like some of my music is like therapeutic for others. I've had people hit me up. You know, one guy hit me up, said he was thinking about like killing himself and stuff, and like one particular song got him through it, and like this other guy was going through divorce with his wife, and he said this song got him through it. So it's like bold, wise counselor. So it's like, okay, that sounds cool. And then it said people with this name tend to be very imaginative, spiritual, intuitive, and I was just like, yeah, this sounds like this type of album. A few of the songs were inspired with some life things that I've seen, some life things that happened that really made me look at the world differently. So I'd say I had sort of like an epiphany after certain events with this one where I didn't have with the other ones. But I don't know, I'd say just as I keep getting older, it's going to keep getting better. So one thing that happened was that really influenced a couple songs on here was, we had a hip hop night set up at Winston's, and one of the other MCs who we were cool with, we were rapping on stage, me and him just freestyling. He ended up going off stage, going outside for a cigarette, and ended up losing his life due to gun violence. So to see that sight, you know, to be out there, I'm not going to go into detail, but to be out there looking at that, it definitely makes you appreciate life more, and it definitely, you know, it makes you realize that maybe we could do more with our voice as an artist to stop this kind of thing from happening again. We don't realize the influence we have over some of these kids, and definitely maybe if we try to change up the way we put the message in our music, maybe it will help the next generation avoid some of that stuff.
And now let us continue on into the world of fascinating sounds.
This is probably one of my favorite verses. It's from Nas, New York State of Mind, Part 2. It's on the album I Am. It goes, broken glass in the hallway, blood-stained floors, neighbors, look at every bag you bring to your door, lock the top lock. Mama should have cuffed me to the radiator, why not? It might have saved me later from my block. And why cops, hookers crawling off the stroll, stinking, and I dread thinking they be snitching, but who else could it be? Sugar D's, I mark vans parked in the dark. Narcs, where's your heart? Hustle or starve. They bust a Huey, I jog to my building, come out later wearing camouflage, see the sergeant and the captain, stranglement, people gasping for air, till they move no more and just stare with dead eyes. Tired of riots, shit is quiet, simple-minded fools infiltrate grimy crews. Overcrowded cribs, uncles home from bed, sisters pregnant, fathers on drugs, moms are smoking, beds is piss infested, had 8 partners growing up, 8 turned to 7, 7 turned to 6, got 2 in heaven, 6 of us holding it, now it's 5 rolling thick, the 5th one parole flipped, 5 went to 4 quick, Willie went OT, college life, converted into gang banging, years passing, 4 dudes still hanging, slang changing, 3 of us now, 4th dude ain't around, we all thought he was real, he pulled the snake shit, fake shit, laid his ass down. Yo, his mouth could've got us all wasted. What a fucking clown. All I got left in the end is 2 of my best friends, and we all going out to the death of these ends. New York.